be followed such type of determination. As you told that today is the day which is designed as the International Family Day. And what the topic says, first of all, I would like to invite and welcome our today's guest speakers, especially those who have joined by now, because we already, I'm sorry for the late continuation of our second webinar. So, Madam Dr. Sutapa Vardhanji and Dr. Suparna Sanalji, the two persons of our today's webinar, this topic are very much here and they have joined along with the persons who are already here, our Dr. Ved Vyasji and Dr. Tindarji and Adalini Domaji. I welcome all them. And as the topic is the International Family Day, this is a really right topic, I think, as far as our Bharatiya or our country is concerned. Because we always say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that meaning itself reveals that we are all as a one family, or we consider the whole Vasudha family as a family members. And to celebrate, definitely it should be celebrated on daily basis. We all have our open heart for all such persons staying, resting, or residing anywhere on earth as a part of our this Mother Earth. We welcome and we consider them as our family. But even we all know that our pet animals, we also consider them as a family member, because they are with us, they're looking at us after, and we look them after, and everything are according to matter of dependency on each other. So in that way, even the plants and everything, we consider whatever those which are near and dear as our needful purposes, we consider them as our family members. So in that way, our topic is a great topic, having and carrying a lot of deep-rooted informations and emotions as such. So with these words, I again welcome our guest speakers and on our topic, International Family Day. And with all respect, I would like to invite, for me, it's difficult to whom I should invite first. If Dr. Suparna Sanalji is comfortable, I would like to have her Ashirwad on this topic as on today's topic. So, Madam, if you are comfortable, please join us and start one. Thank you. Namaskar, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
No.
Thanks to the AYUSH Samriddhi to give me such an opportunity to say something on this particular aspect. So today's topic is very interesting, and which is really very burning topic at this present juncture. So in that case, we can say that the family and the joint family system, nuclear family system, the family aspects are very important to this life, because when the world is getting so much of drastic changes, where the families are very important, the role of family is very important. So that's why I am emphasizing today on the topic of families and climate change. The climate change is which is actually going on every day and every sphere of our life. The climate change is negatively impacts the health and well-being of the families through increased pollution, while extreme weather events extracted by the climate change, such as the droughts, then hurricane, then the floods, which are happening, and which is demolishing the livelihoods of for the families and the individuals, and which is maintaining the decay, which is demolishing the life and livelihood sustenance. Such events impact agricultural productivity. At the same time, the to access in the into the water and interfering and the intensifying the hunger and vulnerability. They cause the economic disruption in industries as the sensitive to climate impacts such as agriculture and fisheries. So without drastic action, adaptation to and mitigation of the impacts of the climate change will become increasingly difficult and costly. Empowering the families is a very important part through the education, changing consumption habits, and advocacy is the main fraction of this particular juncture. Now, families pass values across generation, so instilling sustainable habits of the climate awareness in families form an economic upliftment principle into early childhood, economic model based or the minimizing waste and regenerating the natural resources. Family consumption and the consumer production, the advocates can drive the transition to a circular economy. This today's this 15th May, the International Family Day, which is observing in 2024 in the several countries there where the families is needed. The family is not only the human being, family is maintaining in the plant kingdom and animal kingdom. And when we are living in a kingdom, so kingdom has the several diversification, which is also family is also one of them. This family is giving us the tolerance. This family is giving us the backbone of our country and the living and for the each and every plants and animals and humans. So if we are not being in the family, so there is no sustainability. Why? Because we used to grow up in the family, in the plant kingdom also. They are growing up in the particular family functions and the particular family generations and orientation. Animals and humans all are maintaining the family from their early childhood. So family is giving us the recommendation. Family is giving us the tuition. Family is giving us the empathic value. Family is giving us the backbone orientation, education. We always say that if you don't have anything, so if there is no education of a particular human being, but if the person is come from the good family, good school of family, the person is valuable because the tuition, the tutorial aspect which he or she has learned from the family, which is his pathway of the future being. So if we can see the family background is good enough, so the person should be good enough. And when the family is not only the economic rich, but the family is ethically rich, that means the family will give you the feedback. So that's why the family system is very important nowadays, and our culture and our society. There are several types of the family we are following, like joint family, extended family, and nuclear family. Joint family, we have seen there is a advantage and disadvantage was there, and at the same time, the nuclear family system is also the advantage and disadvantages. And large family system we followed in the rural areas where the family are looking after, and the system family members are in large in size. So why this conception has generated, why the large family is the human beings are formed? Because if we can think, the parents can think that if I have one child, that means the 1 rupee. If I have 10 children, so I have the 10 rupees. This is the conception where the large family size has formed. But the sensation should have been changed. In case of this large family size, the educational aspects is very less, the socio-economic factors. So it is not possible for the meager amount of money they are giving the food, shelter, all the comforted needs, then education, then all other amusement so provided by the parents. It is impossible for them to sustaining. That's why those persons, those who are think about this, those who are realized and reasoning of it, so they tend to the joint family system. So if they have the two children, but two brothers, two children, that is the four children, if they maintain the joint family, so the life would have been the very comfortable for them, so they can exchange. And from that time, the community development and community kitchen, the community system has formed and developed very largely and vividly. At the same way, when they are also getting and suffering from the interrelatedness, like the brother's children is getting the more facilities, where the sister children is not getting the more facilities, then the conflict has started. When the conflict has started, and the market economy and the economic system are so tough and so competition has arise, at that time the persons is inclined to this nuclear family system. This nuclear family system is the parents and one child, or parents the two children. There is an advantage was there, but disadvantage also there. But the family protection is depending upon the joint family system is more wise. But in the nuclear family system, the children or the child is not getting the proper benefit. So that's why the different types of family, the family system has been generated, and it is pursuing and it is continuing in our life and livelihood sustenance. Hence, the family system and family is the most important part of our life, and which is needed for increasement and betterment of the life and livelihood systems. And the AYUSH Samriddhi, AYUSH also have the family system. We are also belonging in the AYUSH fraternity. It is a very important part of us that we are enriching AYUSH Samriddhi, and at the same time, we are enriched by the AYUSH Samriddhi. Thank you very much for giving me such an opportunity to say in the International Family Day. And I feel that we are in the AYUSH Samriddhi family and the fraternity. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Great, madam, great. Really, it's wonderful that you considered our AYUSH Samriddhi as a family, and definitely it is completing the definition of international family. Because we are having representatives from so many countries. Definitely, you really touched a great means point. We are feeling emotional on this point. You so simply raised out this thing. We are belonging to the international family, as spoken by Madam Dr. Suparna Sanyal. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam. So nice of you. Now I would like to request Sutpa Vardhan ji. Sutpa ji, pranam. मैडम को एक स्पीकर आपके हाथ में है सर.
नहीं, वो तो सो गई. इधर कोई ज्वाइन ही नहीं किया. आज थोड़ा रहा काम.
कोई बात नहीं, चलिए. सुतपा जी, स्वागत.
हमने पांडे जी को रोका हुआ है, कुछ उनसे ले लेंगे अगर बने रहे तो. आप तो ही हैं.
Namaste. Thank you very much again, Ayush platform and everybody, respected guests and speakers. So I am delighted to be a part of this session as always, and such interesting topics, such topics which touch close to our heart. And I feel so happy to talk about these topics some way or the other in the light of mental health. So as you know, like I am a mental health psychologist as well as a social worker. Today's topic is something which touches each of us. And I think that's the strata which touches not only individual people, but the community as a whole. So once again, when we talk of psychology or a mental health person, we think the whole perspective as a biopsychosocial model. So what do we mean by bio? Bio means biological. And we know so psycho means mental, psychological, and social is nothing but the society which we have. So when we think of family, so we can surely relate to family and this biopsychosocial model. So when we talk of biological part of it, of course, we know we are born and brought up in a family where we carry the genetic genes, the chromosomes. And what we say in terms of psychology, and whenever we talk how we are brought up, we always talk in terms of nature and nurture. So what is this nature? Nature is nothing but the genetic factor which comes to all of us, and we inherit not only the features, not only how we look, how we talk, how we walk, but at the same time how our minds work. And in fact, there are situations where we also inherit certain bad traits, good traits, and even sometimes we also inherit diseases like sugar, pressure, and also other type of heart ailments. Now, I would also like to understand, like basically, when we talk of psychological aspects in the biopsychosocial model and relate it to the family part of it, which I'll come back in more detail. So let me just shift on to the social part. And what do we know by a society? Like society is nothing which builds up with individual families. So it's very, very important when we talk of a family, whether it be nuclear or whether it be joint. And as I always talk in my every session, I think all of you have come to know it by heart that the cycle, the Erickson cycle, which we have in human development, starting from a child to that of death, we see how important our family is, and it's a mutual thing. We are not only born within a family, and when we leave our family, trust me, no single person wants to leave this world, because we all love our families. Now, coming to the family part of it, what do we mean by a joint family and a nuclear family? I think Ayush has given us a lot of platform where we have talked of so many things, and we can always think this in terms of the nuclear and the joint family. So I remember when we celebrated the Women Day, when we celebrated the Mother's Day, when we also celebrated working from home. So these are areas where we can surely relate what is the difference between a joint family and a nuclear family. See, all of these joint family and nuclear family will have its pros and cons. But if I think family as a whole, I think family is a universe to each and every person who comes in this world. So when a child comes in this world, when a child comes first time in the hospital, born in the mother's lap, he or she is not only born to the mother or the parents, he is born to a family. Now, if I consider a family as a joint family or a nuclear family, right now what is actually happening, lot of parents or lot of couples are not planning to have a very big extended family. So they usually they have only one child or they have two child, and then what is happening, the child is staying away as the child grows and steps into adulthood, takes new job, takes new employment, so leave the parents. So we have the emptiness syndrome with the parents, and that's how we see that what comes in what play is a nuclear family. Now, nuclear family is something which we can talk of as being the mother, the father, and the child. So maximum it can be one child, two child, or three child. So it is a closed area where the family stays happily. I don't know whether I should quote the word happily or the family is meant to stay happily. At the same time, we have a joint family where the family not only stays with the mother, father, children, but also with the grandparents and maybe with the uncles and maybe with the aunties. Now, dynamically, it is not a compulsion or not a compulsion to stay in a nuclear family or a joint family is not a choice sometimes, because right now when we see the next generation, or in fact when we see the current generation also, we do not have siblings, we do not have situations where siblings are even there but they don't stay with us. So that's how the nuclear family concept comes in. But in a joint family, we not only stay with our grandparents, we sometimes stay with our cousins, the first line cousins, the second line cousins. Now, pros and cons of a nuclear family is the child is born and brought up in a restricted manner. Now, this restriction sometimes is good, this restriction is sometimes bad. So, in a nuclear family, when you're bringing up a child, okay, so what happens is the child is brought as per the mother's and the parents' wish. But when in a joint family, the child is being brought up. It is not only the mother's or the parents' wish, but also there are some stakes of the uncles, the aunties, the grandparents. I can give you an example which recently happened to me just 2 days back. One of my cousins, first line cousins' son has not scored so well in CBS. So I know the parents were very, 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 very unhappy. And the complaint which my cousin had, that whenever she was trying to scold the child, the grandparents came and started pampering the child. So that becomes one of the very, very soft corner and delicacy, where you cannot even think like what would have happened if parents were not there, grandparents were not there. And this is one area where too much of love, too much of care, too much of pampering, the grandparents have actually, brought into the system. Now, if I talk in terms of mental health, like family is a very, very important perspective in everybody's life. What we learn from the family, how we grow up in a family, how we even give back to a family, actually not only helps us to, spend our time and make us grow together, but it also helps us to build our personality. Like, it is not only the genetic traits which we carry, it is not only the physical traits which we carry, but as I said, nature and nurture. So when I say nature is the genetic part of the story, nurture is the environment where the child is getting, where the child is being brought up and how the child is being brought up. So it's a very interesting story that every child will have its unique trait, unique personality. But when it is born and brought up amongst grandparents, children, other siblings, aunties and aunts, it takes in the good as well as the bad. Now, it is dependent on each and every member of the family to take care of the child's upbringing and see that how much good the child should be retaining and how much bad we should not spread amongst the children. One thing I just want to talk in terms of psychology, like there is a lot of couple counseling and family counseling we do. Okay. And what we see is every family is a family, either a nuclear family or a joint family. But we also have to understand every individual is encapsulated in a relationship between two people. So if I am there with my child and with my husband, even staying in a joint family, I am myself a nuclear family of my own within that joint family. So it is very, very important that even if I talk the pros and cons of a joint family where you get a lot of help from your in-laws, you get a lot of help from your brothers and brother-in-law, sister-in-law, but it is also important to understand that it is your responsibility also to keep yourself encapsulated and keep the privacy within the joint family, a nuclear part. What do we call this in psychology? We call this as a hold-on. So what is a hold-on? A hold-on is a encapsulated bubble which we create amongst each and every relationship. So even if you're talking of a joint family, me and my husband, my daughter will form a hold-on, or me and my husband will form a hold-on. Me and my daughter will form a hold-on. So these are called different namings of the hold-ons will be couple hold-on, child hold-on. Then we also have the grandparents hold-on. So this is a very important aspect I would want to communicate from a mental health, from a counseling point of view, that every family, whether it be nuclear or whether it be joint, should have the perspective that each and every person should not only respect the space of each other, but at the same time respect the boundaries of the relationships they have with each other. So this is how, you don't come across not of negative points, neither in a nuclear family nor in a joint family. So with a note of positivity, I would also want to share, if every person is maintaining the rapport and the relationship and the respect and the trust with each other, I think both joint family and both nuclear family will not be much difference. It is that in a hold-on where myself and my husband is there, which will be called a couple hold-on, my daughter will also not be allowed to come into that hold-on, because that's a space which and a relationship which I carry with my husband. Similarly, the hold-on which my daughter has with her father, okay, I will not be able to, I'm not allowed to enter into that hold-on. So what, and similarly, if my husband has a, deep love and deep understanding with his parents or his mother, I should also respect the fact that he should also have a, within a hold-on and the relationship which he has with his mother. So with this, I want to probably, give a conclusion to my talk, that whether it be joint family or whether it be nuclear family, all of it has its pros and cons. What is very important is how we look the family into, the nature, the personality, the traits of each and every family member, how each and every family member is respecting each other and maintaining the space and giving the space to each other. So this will not only lead to a healthy family life, but also a healthy family society. So with this, I would want to end my topic on joint family and nuclear family. Thank you very much once again. Interesting topic, lot to say. When before I come, I think I'll say a lot of things, but after saying sometimes, I really feel that I'm really lost of words. Thank you once again. So it's always a great pleasure to talk in the AYUSH platform. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. You have touched a lot of great areas, and it's a simple way. If I say that as you sow, so you reap, is the formula. As you as you do with your parents, they need not to say. It will automatically be observed by the next generation, and they will
Absolutely.
apply with you. This is what the say
It's,
a great
as I
message,
said,
and
it's a
that can
cycle.
only be possible. Yeah, exactly,
And,
and it could only be
and it's a
possible
mirror
in
and
a
a cycle.
combined. Yeah. In a joint family, it can only possible. Otherwise, only nuclear family, there is nothing to follow. There is no model, no ideal to whom we should follow. So it is very, very important to be a closest part of the joint family. The extended families are also supposed to be the part of our family, joint family. They are really enjoying, and they are so close, and they are having so much so that everybody is always ready to help each other.
No, I'll tell you,
So
I belong to
it's
a
a great.
nuclear family. I really wanted to be in a joint family where there will be a lot of fun and frolic, and especially being a working woman and a mother, I really miss the fact that my child doesn't get the attention of the grandparents. So when my father passed away and my mother stayed with us, we realized the essence of a joint family, how beautifully the child
Exactly.
grows taking the essence of the grandparents. So I think like joint family is in no comparison with the nuclear family. Thank you very much
Yes,
once
sir.
again.
Yes,
Looking
really.
forward to
Thank you. Thank you. It's all the yes. So as I
Thank you.
committed and I promised, I would like to have some words from Dr. Ved Pandeyji, as he is having a great say legacy of his parents and grandparents, and those are also belonging to Ayurvedic fraternity. Dr. Ved,
Not so, sir.
Namaskar.
Yes, sir. Just hearing this topic is very nice topic. And as myself, I have also born and brought up in a very joint family. And I really loved one concept what Madam told. That is a hold-on concept. Hold-on concept, where even though you are in a joint family, still you are having a nuclear family. We can't tell, sir, which one is good, this one is better than that, because both have their own advantages and disadvantages. Now, for example, now at present, I'm living in here as a nuclear family now in Calicut. So parents will come and go, and what I am facing the main problem, what I feel is that, and even a common thing, what we face is that the support system, sir. Suppose there is any problem, some issues, or some problem in home or somewhere near workplace and all. So there is nobody to hear you, or there is nobody to listen properly, even though phone and all things are there, but that support system is somewhere which is lacking in the nuclear family system. And second thing is that regarding financial support, suppose all are living together, then there's a bit balanced financial support here in a case of joint family. And the third thing is regarding children's social skill. So now we all are working class people. Early morning will go, night time will come back. So whole day, who is our neighbor, what they are doing, what is happening around us. If suppose it's a joint family, means there will be a regular interaction with these people. So that particular what you call the social thing, communication, you can tell that skill will be developed in the children also by hearing and seeing all those functions. This is three things which I feel is more better. Whereas a nuclear family also, if you see, there's a what do you call it? There's a good interaction between the kids, children, and all. It's very easy to raise the child. You can
Right.
make them steady, sit there. Hello, sir, सुनाई पड़ रहा है ना?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay, huh. But the problem is that since we are working, so what happened? We are working, so sometimes we are not able to give proper attention. And the other disadvantage which I feel is that some support crisis, we can't give proper support, and sometimes isolation. And the third most important thing is that sometimes the freedom will be that much that children will take it as so they, whether it's a TV or whatever is there, since we can't blame them, they have nothing to do now. For example, 2 months vacation is there, we are going to work, morning we are going, evening we are coming, now they are sitting in TV or mobile, so that freedom may be taken as granted. So even restriction, what man told, restriction won't work out. If you do restriction, then what happened? Today's children, the aggression is more. So wherever they go, whatever area you, whether they are going to playing or whether you are putting some summer camp, whether you are putting in some your restriction timing of mobile, whatever you're doing, still they will find out some method by which they will skip from you. So that's a main problem what I have find. So both have their advantage as well as disadvantage. Whereas on other part, for freedom of each and every individual, nuclear family is better. We all have a freedom. Second thing, we will get more matured. How to handle things, how to the perspective will be changed. So because till your parents or everybody is helping, you are not able to stand on your own foot. But when you are staying in a nuclear family, then all the responsibility comes to you. Then you have to deal with every small household thing also, everything you have to deal. So you will become more responsible and more matured. This is one more factor. So that's why what I feel, that both the concept, that is nuclear family as well as the joint family concept, that should be maintained. And one more thing in nuclear family benefit, what I have feel is that after a certain age, what will happen, our parents, their routine will be different from what our routine is. So when you are staying in a joint family, sometimes that will be a problem. Suppose they want to wake up slowly, or maybe they may be suffering from the disease. So their routine will be different, food will be different. So when as a joint family, you are cooking in the same place, so that is not possible nowadays. That's why that's one more benefit with the nuclear families, because requirements are different. Now a growing child and a aged person will have a different requirement. Food habits may be different. So these are certain benefits, or you can tell advantage and disadvantage of the joint families and nuclear families. This is what I feel on my perspective. So if you see a whole on concept where you're involving family, for example, any festival is there or any good occasion is there where all are enjoying some marriage or some function, you are going there, you're staying for 2 3 days, all your family members, uncle, aunt, and their kids, everybody is there. So you're enjoying that moment. So you'll be completely relaxed or stress free. You'll be free from all the what your occupational stress is there or any other stress is there. You'll be relaxed from that. So both combining is better, what I feel. So you can't. This is my perspective, sir. Thank you, sir. This is
Thank you,
my
Dr.
opinion.
Okay. Very much thanks for your ideas on this topic, and you remained with us. And you see, this is really a point that we should understand. And as per our IRES Samriddhi, what I say, we have got not only the parameters, but also we can say the markers. 8 p.m., 11 p.m., 3 webinars, at least 6 speakers. So also it's 11, and we reach to a conclusion. And one of my friend, Mr. Rajiv Dixit, and his wife Ren Dixit, they have made a point for the family gathering once on any festival at anybody's residence. There are 3 brothers, so each and every the joint family and the extended family members that where they will meet on Holi festival and on Deepavali festival, like that. So it may be say son-in-law, daughter-in-law, or our own family. They meet together, and it carries vitality and the new sort of energy charge and family bond among them, and they are maintaining it for last couple of years, say almost 15, 20 years since they have got married, all the family members. So it's a really wonderful approach that in this way they eat together, they sit together, they live together, they exchange their views and happenings for last 6 months. So in that way, it becomes a wonderful say get together. So this may be conveyed, and we do hope that in India it is going on for generations together. Now with the advancement of the present scenario, persons are leaving their native place and going for the services far off places, thousands of kilometers away, and it has been now facing a hard time to maintain the joint family concept. But still, whenever they meet, they feel the same emotions as they had been there when they were living in a childhood in a joint family. So thank you so much. Dr. Tejendra, would you like to say something as per your own idea? how would you like to react on the topic joint family versus the nuclear family, and in the commemoration of the International Family Day? Are you here? I think we have completed our today's job, and I would like to request Professor Pawan Kumar Sharma ji to comment and to thank all persons and make a closing of today's webinar. Professor Pawan Sharma ji, namaskar. Professor Pawan Kumar Sharma ji, yes.
प्रणाम सर, प्रणाम।
प्रणाम।
बहुत बहुत आभार। मेरा ये मानना है इस विषय में सर, इसके 4 कारण, मात्र न्यूक्लियर फैमिली होने के 4 कारण। सबसे पहला तो ईगो, और ईगो भी इसलिए लेट एज मैरिज हो रही। पहले बहू आती थी, छोटी उम्र में आती थी, सबके डांटने की भी एडजस्ट हो जाती थी, प्यार मोहब्बत बच्ची जैसा पाती थी। लेकिन आजकल वो बहू आ रही है मैच्योर्ड, बहू हो या जमाई हो, जो भी हो, मैं एक ही उसकी बात नहीं करता। क्योंकि इतनी मैच्योर एज में शादियां हो रही हैं, एडजस्टमेंट बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो गई है। तो मैंने बड़ा अजीब सा देखा, एक ही शहर में माँ बाप अलग रह रहे हैं, बेटा बहू अलग रह रहे हैं। ये बड़ा कॉमन सीन आजकल देखने को मिलता है। भाई क्यों नहीं रहते? और ऐसा भी नहीं कि वो वर्किंग फैसिलिटी के कारण रह रहे हैं, लेकिन नहीं, वो दोनों खिटखिट करते रहते थे, वो चले आए। दोनों ही लेडीज हैं, दोनों ही, वो पुरुष और लेडीज की बात ही नहीं है। दूसरी बात, वर्किंग फैसिलिटी, यदि फैसिलिटी है पास में, घर के पास में, तो आदमी अप डाउन करना पसंद करता है। लेकिन अप डाउन नहीं होता तब जब वो बहुत दूर हो और रोज आना जाना भारी पड़ जाए, तो आदमी को मजबूरी हो जाती है कि वो पहले तो खुद अकेला खिसकता है वहां से, फिर देखता है कि वो मौका माहौल सब एक सा बन गया है, तो फिर वो वाइफ को ले आता है। तो ये न्यूक्लियर फैमिली बनने के ये जनरल कारण है। तीसरा कारण जो है अर्थ, अपने एरिया में अर्थ का न होना। गांव का सबसे बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम है कि गांव में परिश्रम है, मैन पावर है, आजकल तो उनमें ब्रेन पावर भी है, पूरा का पूरा जामतारा गांव ही है, तो ब्रेन पावर भी उनमें बड़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है। लेकिन फिर भी अर्थ नहीं है, उनके ब्रेन को अप्रिशिएट करके पैसा देने वाला कोई नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, वहां पे काम नहीं है। तो मात्र इसके लिए वो धीरे धीरे खुद खिसकते हैं और फिर फैमिली को ले आते हैं। जब भी उनसे पूछो कि भाई तुम अपने परिवार को क्यों नहीं लाए, क्योंकि सब रहना बड़ा महंगा पड़ता है। ये एक बड़ी अजीब सी सिचुएशन हो चुकी है, क्या ध्यान दें इसमें। इसीलिए ऐसा होता है कि एक ही शहर में रह के माँ या बाप एक्सपायर हो जाते हैं और बच्चे उनको देखने भी नहीं जाते। ये आज की डेट में हमारा दुर्भाग्य है। अग्निहोत्री सर।
संवेदनशील विषय उठाए, यह सत्य है। आपने वो सब सोशल और अंडर द स्ट्रीम आपने बातें नहीं बताई, कुछ मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग, कुछ और झगड़े, साथ न रहने की चीजें, माने कोऑर्डिनेशन ना हो पाना, या एम्बिशन, ज्वाइंट फैमिली ना पूरी हो, इंडिपेंडेंट हो जाएंगे, शायद पूरी हो जाएंगे, भले ही खर्चे बढ़ जाए, सो मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर। लेकिन उनको क्राइसिस तभी आती है जब बच्चे पालने होते हैं, तो उसके लिए बच्चे डिले हो रहे हैं, शादी डिले, बच्चे डिले। उसके लिए मेजर सैलरी का मेड सर्वेंट और समन फिर निकलता है, उनसे भी सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं मिलता, तो फिर वो क्राइसिस रहती है। उसका इफेक्ट ओवरऑल फैमिली के पूरे पूरे जो एक एनवायरनमेंट होता है, एक सौहार्द का जो वातावरण होता है, जो कुछ और जब बच्चा बड़ा हो गया तो फिर और जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई, स्कूल लाना ले जाना, वहाँ के होमवर्क, वहाँ के चार्जेस, वहाँ की क्राइसिस, फिर उसके बच्चे के जो असाइनमेंट्स है उनको पूरे करने में, तो फिर अगर ये घर के अंदर कंबाइंड होता तो पता नहीं चलता था, किसने बस बिठा लिया, किसने उतार लिया, जो में मौजूद हुआ हो गया, और जो कर दिया, खेलने के लिए दे दिया, फ्रूट्स दे दिए, मतलब एकदम बटा हुआ काम होता था, पता ही नहीं चलता था। संग साथ में बच्चों का भी एक सोशल डेवलपमेंट भी अच्छा होता था। अब उसको सोशल डेवलपमेंट कराने के लिए मॉल ले जाएं, वीडियो गेम खिलाएं, क्या करें, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा। कंप्लीटली वेस्टर्नाइज होता जा रहा है। और भले ही कितने भी इंटेलिजेंट हो जाए, इंटेलिजेंट होना अलग चीज है, आप अप टू डेट होना, जीके स्ट्रांग होना, ओलंपियाड में 100% नंबर ले आना जीके में, वो चीज अलग है। लेकिन वो जो सोशल सेटअप का जो था, कि साइकिल से गिर गए, चोट भी लग गई, घिसटे आ गए, फिर दौड़ के खड़े हो गए, धूल झाड़ के, फिर चल पड़े, फिर उससे सामने वाले से तेज साइकिल चलाना आगे निकले, वो चाइल्डहुड खत्म हो, वो चीजें बिल्कुल ही अवॉलिश हो गई। भाई नहीं, कभी कॉलोनी मिल जाए अलग बात है। तो चलिए, बढ़िया रहा आज के हम अपने सभी गेस्ट
सर
स्पीकर का
अभी
बहुत
की
आभार
तो
व्यक्त
सर
करें।
अभी ये जो हाँ सर, अभी की जो नई पीढ़ियां है वो तो अभी ऐसा हो रहा है कि भाई बच्चे ना पैदा करो वाली बात है। तो कोई
वही हो
चाहते
रही
ही
थी,
नहीं कि
नहीं
बच्चे हों,
हम
क्योंकि
तो
इतना इंडिपेंडेंस हो गया
पहले
है। हाँ, मेरा
रोकता
एक
था,
दो
अब ना हो
दो
इसलिए
हम
कास्ट होता था।
हाँ नहीं नहीं, वही इसीलिए ना, मेरा एक दोस्त है वो यूएस में है, तो मैं उसको बोला कि यार बच्चा कर ले, बोले यार बड़ा टेंशन है, करेंगे कहीं वो गलत रास्ते चला गया, हम उसको नहीं पाल पाए, यहाँ पर कैसे देखेंगे, इसलिए
हे
छोड़ दिया।
भगवान,
अभी भी
अरे
कोई
पहले
इंटरेस्ट नहीं
होए
है,
तो
मैंने
सही,
कहा यार।
हो तो
हाँ,
इस रास्ते।
मैं हैरान हो गया सर सुन के। और ये एक दो नहीं, आजकल का ये आईटी सेक्टर में जो है, क्योंकि वो रात भर काम करते हैं,
हाँ
मिसेस इनकी सुबह में काम करती है, तो
हाँ
शिफ्टिंग है, दोनों दोनों में से कोई भी नौकरी सैक्रिफाइस नहीं करना चाहता आज की तारीख में, हर कोई अपने उसमें लगे भी हैं। और
हाँ।
उसके बाद कोई और फैमिली मेंबर्स को बुलाओ साथ में रहो, वो भी पॉसिबल नहीं है। तो उसलिए उन्होंने बच्चा ही नहीं, क्योंकि रिस्पॉन्सिबल वर्क है सर, बहुत इतना आसान तो है नहीं ना।
नहीं,
तो वो
वो
डर के मारे भाग रहे हैं।
रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम को रेस्ट पर रखा हुआ है, फिर ये कहिए।
हाँ, तो उसका तो अभी देखिए आगे क्या होने
देखो,
वाला है पता नहीं।
लॉन्ग वेकेशन रखा हुआ है, जब टाइम होगा तो फिर तब देखा जाएगा। फिर बेशक चाहे
वही ना,
ट्विंस पे चले जाएं या कुछ करें। हाँ, ये तो चल ही
यही
रहा है
सब हो रहा
बहुत, मतलब
है।
कहा नहीं जा
हाँ,
सकता, लेकिन सच्चाई है, ये बिल्कुल सच्चाई है।
ये सच्चाई है, और इसका
हमको
एक कारण यही है, न्यूक्लियर फैमिली और ये जो फैमिली वाली जो बातें है ना, वो भी कहीं ना कहीं इसका कारण है, ये जो
कारण है,
एक साथ फैमिली का ना होना। हाँ, ठीक है,
स्केर्ड हो
ओके
जाते हैं कि हम करेंगे तो
सर।
कौन संभालेगा, क्या करेगा, इसलिए हिम्मत नहीं
हाँ हाँ,
करते।
नहीं,
मेरे साथ आदरणीय
वही
जगदीश टंडन है आज।
हाँ
जी सर।
आदरणीय जगदीश सर यदि कंफर्टेबल
जी
है
जी,
तो।
अरे वो हमको हिम्मत नहीं पड़ रही, 11:15 बज रहे हैं, हमने कहा अगर वो अपना आशीर्वाद 11 बजकर को नहीं पड़ रही।
आदरणीय
साधन
जगदीश्वर सर हो गए क्या?
कुछ बहुत लेट करके, वो भी तो यही कहते हैं, मैं लास्ट में बुलाते हैं, और लास्ट होते होते बहुत टाइम हो जाता है।
पवन शर्मा सर जी, दाढ़ी
चलिए,
अच्छी
आप
लग रही है
सबसे,
आपकी।
अरे हम वो तो भाई, खगी की भाषा, आपने बढ़िया दाढ़ी दाढ़ी बना रखी है, तो आपका ही अप्रिशिएशन लेटर का।
नहीं नहीं, पवन सर को बहुत दाढ़ी में पहली बार देख रहा हूँ, अच्छा लग रहा है एकदम,
आपकी
चेहरा
ब्लैक है,
वेरा बढ़िया
उनकी मिली जुली है, बढ़िया हो गई है
है।
ना।
ठीक है, ओके, ठीक है सर।
गुड
घना
नाइट
घना
सर।
सोना हो गया।
गुड नाइट सर, गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट,
गुड नाइट
गुड नाइट
थैंक यू
सर।
सो मच।